This is Kurt.
And this is Tracy.
And this is the MFG Cast.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us on this episode of the MFG Cast, where we talk about WizBang by Big Bad Ideas. This game is about players who fight with spells and creatures to win the most WizBang cards in 6 rounds of combat.
We're going to be taking a quick overview of this game, and then we'll get back to you with our final thoughts.
So here's an easy setup of WizBang. Players shuffle and deal 30 cards to each player. And the remaining 9 cards get sent face down out of the game. As you note, these cards are dealt face down, so there's no peeking. Then you're shuffling and dealing 4 trick cards. There's total peeking on these cards, but you're not showing them to the other player because you're picking 3 that you want to keep and discarding 1 of them. Let me give you an idea of what these look like. Some of these trick cards will help you along the way that will work throughout the game. And some of them, as you can see, are discarded after 1 use. So I'm going to discard 1 of these cards out of the game. And I'm going to keep these 3 for myself. The game also includes this die that has these special funky icons on them. 1 meaning slimy. And this is a slimy magic spell. 1 means shiny. And 1 means weird, just like me. As players roll the dice is what determines what type of magic spell they will use throughout that play. So I rolled weird. This card notes what round of play the players are in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, which we said this game plays 6 rounds. So, since I rolled the weird spell, I'm going to place this on a 1. Then, each player draws their hand up to 6 cards. And they're going to look at them, and they're going to determine what card they want to remove from their hand at this time. They're not going to discard the card out of the game, but they're going to discard the card and place it back on the top of their stack of 30 cards because they can draw it back into their hand on their next turn. Weird is their spell for this time of play. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to win this trick with the weird spell. So as you can tell, all these funny cards show the different types of spells and their values. But also, you notice that there's a different card that looks nothing like the rest of them. This one is called a randomizer card. So it makes total sense that it'd be called a randomizer card because you have the opportunity to play this card and you can re-roll the magic type. So you can re-roll the die and the sky's the limit on what you roll. So you could re-roll it and you could re-roll weird again, which then it may not be beneficial to you. Or you could re-roll shiny for the rest of that round. So you have the opportunity to play this. Or you could play another one of a different value. So I think this round what I'm going to do is I'm going to not utilize this, but I'm going to put this on top of my stack for next time. And then what I'm going to do is play my highest value weird card face down in the play area. And then I'm going to wait for the other player to gather their cards, look at them, and determine what they want to play also. So this is the other player's cards. As you can tell, they have a lot of the same similar looking cards as I had in my hand, except they have this card. This is called a wizard card. This is different than the randomizer card that I had. They have the ability to be able to choose a new magic type if they wish. So they could lay this down in the play field and they could change the type of magic to anything that they want to. Or they can save this to use at a different time. They're going to set this one aside at the top of their stack and use it later. In the meantime, they have a very great card, and they're going to play the 9 weird. And then set the rest of their cards aside. So now, play happens where each player reveals their cards, so they're kind of in that duel phase. So this player has 9 weird, and this player has 6. So most of you know that 9 beats 6, and this player over here would win this trick. They lay them face up in a pile, and then play continues on. Once this stack is depleted, whoever has the most cards in their stack for WizBang cards is the winner. However, one thing I didn't talk about was there's a couple opportunities for variety in the game. So you can select to play a regular duel where if players tie cards, their tied cards remain between the rounds. So that is not a good example, but let's say if this player and this player both played 9s and they tied, they'd set aside and they'd play another round of cards, and whoever won that one would take these cards and the other cards. So you'd have like more bang for your buck on those cards. However, on the back side of this is called the Double Dog Dare Duel, which adds a little bit more of an element to the game. Any tied cards actually disappear between the rounds. So you have the opportunity to be able to play between the regular duel and the Double Dog Dare Duel. And each side allows for you to be tracking what round you're on to, which is really nice.
And now for our final thoughts on WizBang. I'll go first. I really like WizBang. It's a quick and easy game. It's not overly complicated. The people at Big Bad Ideas, they don't really want to make something that's super overcomplicated. Just something that's quick and fun, and I think WizBang delivers. I think it's actually got some fun cards. I really like a boatload of etheric weasels. I can never even say that word. Etheric. Oh, I kind of did it. And one of the other ones I really like is the Guzzling Gremlin. But there's a lot of awesome art in this. I like the gameplay. It's fun to play. You can play it easily with family, friends. Quick to pick up and just, I don't know. I really dig it. What about you?
Well, you kind of took the words out of my mouth, I guess. I don't understand all of the jokes on the cards, but then again, I must be no fun.
No,
or something.
You're just not a big nerd like I am.
I'm not a big nerd like you in that way. There's one about like an earthworm or something that I always think is funny, and he's really cute on the card, and Danny probably wasn't going for cute.
But maybe he
on
was.
The card. Or maybe he was going for cute on the card. But I also think it's a good, quick filler game. It's nice for us because we play a lot of 2-player games. Mm-hmm. So I think that is a good advantage also.
Yeah. And I always like quick and easy games that I can whoop my son in. Because he always seems to whoop me in every game. So when I can beat him in a game, I'm always really excited about it. So
yeah, you hammered him pretty well in this game.
I sure did. And I like it. He's like, why am I even playing this game? And I go, because I'm going to destroy you with my spells and creatures.
Yes, buddy.
That's right. So make sure you check out WizBang on Kickstarter, July 28th. And until next time, I'm Kurt.
And I'm Tracy.
And this was the MFG Cast. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.